Good God, it's 2024. Welcome, everyone. We are Mortgage Pros 411. I'm Audrey Boisno with my co-host Kevin Casey, and today we are joined by Gina Pasquini. Thank you so much for being here, G.
You got it.
So there's a lot, kids. We were not here for 2 weeks, Kevin. Didn't it seem longer?
Well, it was only one show missed, so
I know.
usually we take off too, don't we?
What? No, God,
No.
thank God. I'm here to fact check you. I listen to this podcast and they do this fact check afterwards, and there's a good reason. Anyway, make sure all the facts are straight. So no, we always take off the year between Christmas and New Year's. That's it. Although this year, because New Year's was on a Monday, it did feel like we should have had, another day.
Well,
So
I was kind of thinking maybe no one's even going to show up this morning, but according to people are rolling right in here. So
I know. Okay, so with that being said, I hope everyone saw our thank you to all of you and our amazing speakers for 2023, because boy, we had a lot of people spend a lot of time helping us help everyone. So we really appreciate it. And to those of you who took the time to say thank you to us and send us emails, etc., thank you so much. We appreciate that. Kevin, you would have seen them if you actually read your email. So there's that. So there is a lot to be thankful for. Number one, that year is over. How many people are happy about that?
oh my God, I couldn't wait. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that was a
I've seen
rough
people in
year.
every sector go, thank God. And I was reminded by Rob Chrisman that is just a calendar and what's the big deal. And I told him that it was a time for a reset. It's where we can all take a deep breath and just go, okay, what's been working? What hasn't been working? What should I do differently going forward? How am I going to make things better? How do I be the best version of myself going forward, right? It's not about the year necessarily, because he's right. There's no magic around that
No,
theory. But there is a lot to be said for taking a moment and evaluating and doing a reset. So that's what this is all about. And we can be thankful because in 2023, they were forecasting that we were going to have appreciation of maybe 3.3%. So Fannie Mae, Zillow, and Pulsenomics do a survey. They ask like 100 of the top people in the industry, what do you think is going to happen as far as home price appreciation goes? So this time, well, last year, like the end of December last year, they had forecasted that we were going to have 3.3% appreciation. They just revised their, pardon me?
what was the number? 3.3?
3.3%. They just revised their number to 6%. And mortgage, MBS Highway had forecasted 6.8%. We're going to be close to that based on what we're seeing. We don't have the final numbers for November and December from all the indexes that we watch, but we're going to be close to that. So for all those people who are waiting for the rates to come down, congratulations. They did, but you missed out on 7% appreciation. So with all that being said, so Kevin, I was just wondering, because this has come up a few times, do you have clinomania?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. He also has amnesia or dementia. It's one of those. Clinomania is the excessive desire to lay in bed all day, which he told
that
me
one, yes.
at least 3 times over the break that he had. He told me he had it, and now he doesn't remember what it is.
Well, I don't remember the word exactly, but I have heard the
All right. Well, there we are.
Audrey gave this great speech down in the Silicon Valley camp event.
Really?
And she used that as her theme. It was really great. About
I think a lot of realtors and mortgage people have clinomania, where they just got used to just laying in bed during lockdown and waiting for loans to fall out of the sky. And that, my friends, is not how it happens in our business typically. Right, Gina?
No.
So you might wonder why
Does
Gina
not.
Pasquini is here today. Well, Gina is a veteran of the mortgage and real estate industry. She did loans and she sold real estate for many, many years. In addition to being a rock band member, what were you, a drummer, right, Gina?
Really? Are you kidding me? You just
why not?
Up? No.
Yes.
No, we're not talking about that. No.
So she has varied talents, but what she
Mhm.
did she took her marketing ability and combined that with her years of mortgage and real estate
Mhm.
knowledge, and she has merged that into a business. So Gina, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with realtors and lenders in the last few years as far as marketing, etc.
Okay, so I was a wholesale account executive, and I saw that my friends, my peers needed help, and needed to figure out how to market and how to get business and
Mhm.
all that stuff, and through the good times, the bad times, the ups, the downs, all that stuff. And so I figured it out. And actually, today, though, I think the one product we're going to talk about, right? Are we going to talk
Yeah.
about that one product?
Yep.
Is Google My Business. Well, it used to be GMB all the time. Now it's Google Profile. And I think it's the one underestimated tool that's free that you guys could use that is amazing. And
Okay.
I've got
So
about
hang on a
6
second. So
Yeah.
again, just to be clear, when she said
Mhm.
GMB, it's Google My Business, and
Yeah.
now it's called Google Business Profile, correct?
It's
No,
Google,
Google
it's
Profile.
Google Profile.
Google Profile. All right.
Mhm.
And
And it
so
used to
what
be for all the years that I've known it, it's been GMB, but people didn't use it. They just kind of just brushed it off. It's not that great. It's not blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you what, right now it's trumping Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
I
I'm
think
just going
what
to, people who listen to us regularly know that I love statistics, right? And I know that you can lie with statistics. However, this one is very interesting. More than 52% of all businesses haven't even claimed their Google profile. And
No,
of the businesses who have set up their Google profile, 92% of them set them up and then never touch them again. That is a
right.
profound stat because that means that this is an untapped little thing. And if you're thinking, "Oh, I have a referral business, what difference does it make? I mean, I don't care if somebody's going to be able to find me online or not." Why is that important, Gina?
So if they just took 10 minutes a day to post like you do on Facebook or you do anywhere else, just 10 minutes a day, post a picture, post a little, even if you use AI to create your post it, 10 minutes a day, you would see a significant difference in your business. It's amazing.
And for those of
So,
us who are referral only, though, the reason we want to make sure that we have a presence online is because what's happening? Somebody refers us to their friend. What does that friend do first?
Google.
They Google you.
right.
They're Googling us.
They want to know where you're at. Who are you? What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to know if you're an authority in your business. They want to know all that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why it matters. Even if you think it doesn't matter, it matters. And that's why we're taking a little tiptoe into, I keep talking about how you have to have a plan for 2024. You can't do what you did in 2023 and think it's going to be better than 2024 by doing the
Mhm.
same thing. No, people, we have to change. And so, Gina, let's just take a little traipse down memory lane, shall we? Gina used to work with me when I knew literally nothing about any sort of tech. What would happen if you said anything about, I don't know, I mean, even a constant contact thing?
So her head would spin around on her shoulders,
That is
like,
true. That is true. That is
Yeah.
100% true.
Yeah.
My eyes would glaze over.
Mhm.
Anytime they started talking about marketing, about anything around technology, I seriously would just check out. I couldn't even, my
Yeah.
brain would numb. I could not fathom it. And Gina, how far have I come?
Ooh, she's come a long way, guys. Long way. She was
So
actually
far.
having a full-blown conversation with me yesterday about all this stuff. I was like, whoa, what
I
happened
know.
to my
Okay.
Audrey?
Exactly. And this is not to tell you like, oh, look how great she is. This is to tell you if that ding dong could do it, I can do it. That's the point here, okay? If I can do it, anyone can do it. And you don't have to do all this by yourself because Gina could help you with some of it. But at least know about it and what's happening with loan officers and their realtors, Gina.
So I'm working with a ton of realtors right now, and they all want to know how to do this. And so I've been helping them set this all up. Because well, everyone's looking for more business, right? But if you as a loan officer could take this to them, and there's a couple other tools that I have that we're working on right now that actually NAR has already given them for free, but they don't know how to use it. So it's all boils down to one thing. You can get as many tools as you want in your little tool basket, but if you don't know how to use them, well, that's a whole nother story, right? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So, and to be clear, because Kevin's always on my tail to make sure I spell out the acronyms, NAR is National Association of Realtors. So,
Well, I think any realtors in the room would know that one.
what?
I'm pretty sure all the realtors in the room
Well,
know.
and I have some economic news to share with everyone in a little bit. So, and some of it came from NAR. So there you go. Okay. So you're working with lenders and with realtors, and your lenders are taking it to the realtors and they're showing them how to do it. That correct? Or
Right. And
the
actually, the
importance of it.
realtors are being really cool because I said, well, guys, if you learn how to do this, then take it to your referral sources, take it to your CPAs, take it to your, your attorneys, help them because man, if you show them this, it's all free. So if you
Yeah.
show them how to do this, they're going to love you forever.
Okay, so there are two schools on this. The first school is the Audrey School, which is Gina tells me all about this, and she says that she's been helping people for 97 bucks to set theirs up, and I'm like, great, I'll wait for that. And then the second school is the Kevin School, which is he's like, oh, hang on, I just saw a link in this 17-page document. I'll just click there, forget about what the rest of it says. And you clicked and you clicked and you clicked and you got part of it set up, right, Kevin?
I got it all set up with one epic fail. Yes.
Right. One click
Well,
too
because
many.
I'm a guy, and guys, we just sort of the manual way. We just put the things together. We know how to do
So,
this. Come
one
on.
click too many. What was it, Kevin?
The epic fail was I accepted the $500 credit from Google. Don't do that. That's a major mistake.
Right. So Kevin saw dollar signs, thought they were all his, and he clicked on this link that says Google will give you 500 bucks. But Gina can explain that if you click on that, that means you're telling Google
That
you
means
want
you
to
have to
pay them.
give Google $500 first. Versus
Exactly.
you just skip.
Exactly.
Like
So
Gina
guys,
said.
skip over that. Don't do it right now. It will actually come in handy later on down the road when you're ready to buy, the Google search ads. So that's a whole advanced training. We're not going to get into that right now because Audrey warned me, don't talk about that right now. So, but that's a whole advanced training, but you're not going to want to do that right now. Skip over that. And then down the road, you do it because they'll match your 500 for their, with their 500. So.
All right. So just to be clear, guys, we're going to keep this very simple today. So no one else's heads are spinning around on their shoulders. So we're going to so Gina, tell us just very simply where someone would start with this and what it means and what.
Okay. So just go in and either when you put in your address
To where?
wherever you're located, it's either going to ask you to claim your business or it's going to just not say anything. So then you have to set up your business. So set it up and then, put in your address. And the most important thing is the primary business. Make sure that you put the right keywords in for your primary business. If you're not sure of keywords, you can use AI and ask what keywords you should use. You can also use, Google has their own keyword planner. You can use Google Trends. Trends tell you what people are searching for. And that's what you want to do. You want to know what people are searching for, and you want to have that in your title. So make sure you get that right. That's the most important thing. And then you can put like 20 other different, search words or whatever you think people are going to search you for. If you specialize in, I don't know, like, like investment property or, whatever you specialize in, foreclosure, any of that stuff. Make sure you put that in there because those are all keywords. And so you want to put that in. And then once you fill all that out, the most important thing is, so here's the key. Everybody thinks that the most important thing is that you put in your likes, like all your people that are liking you and so on and so forth. It's not. It's actually how consistent you are with posting. And just like you do on Facebook or any other platform, it's just how consistent you are with posting and putting up information and pictures and or videos. And that is the key thing. So I've got a couple of realtors right now. Here's what they did. They went out at Christmas time. They shot all of the Christmas lights in their area. Then we went on Canva. I helped them get on Canva. They put little words over the top, little keywords over the top. and they posted it, and they're getting hundreds and hundreds of hits just over Christmas, because they use Christmas as their thing to bring people in.
So we
Huh.
can do New Year's right now. Okay, so just
Yep,
to
now we're at New Year, yeah.
just to pause for a minute. So somebody's asking if you have a website, and we'll provide all of Gina's contact information. Don't you worry. And then we also have a question here from Carrie, and actually it's something we're going to cover about people who are working remotely. Because my question was, how do you claim this if you're in an office where you've got 30 different people? How do you claim your business? And then she's asking about what if you're working remotely? How do we deal with that? So we will circle back to that because I want to finish talking about what Gina was mentioning, but we'll address those questions. But Gina, when you're talking about people posting, they can, if you're posting 0 and then you start posting, that's a plus, right? Like 10 minutes a day, someone might think, oh my God, I can't do that. What if they did 3 times a week? Like, if you start somewhere, is that better than not starting at all, or is it all or nothing?
Absolutely. So I would have to say, if you guys just did 1 post a day right now, like if you want to, okay, so first take it off. Google's going to tell you they want like 30 to 50 photos right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So they
And
want,
that's a little bit challenging too, because they're very just specific on what kind of photos they want. They want
Right.
certain number of landscapes, certain number of squares.
Yep.
And then like loading up your logos, like it was weird because like I loaded it up, but then it would only take a piece of the logo. I'm like, okay, how do I do that? That was the hardest part of the thing. I bet your instructions actually helped with that a lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, like using the Canva is a great idea. So load the photo up into Canva first, write little edits onto it, and then post it. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, so if I was going to give someone a tool, I would tell them Canva, because
Yeah.
it's free at first. You can use the free version. And actually you can do everything from video and video editing to, like what you were doing, Kevin. You can do all that on Canva, and it's free. So I would start there. So
And then for someone like me, I can just go, hey, Gina, can I pay you? And you'll help us, right? For those of us who want
yeah,
that. Yes?
yeah. So
Okay.
I've been helping my realtors, my realtor world. I've been helping them. So I just did a $97 2 30-minute calls. I do 30 minutes, and then I tell you what you need to do for homework. And then we get back together whenever you're ready, although I don't let you push it too long, like not past a week. And then we go back and finish it up. And they are having great success. They're getting incoming calls. So here's the coolest thing. They're getting incoming calls. Did you hear that? Incoming calls. So not you having to call out, not you having to go dig for business. The people are calling into them because of how
Hallelujah.
they're appearing on Google. And that is the most important thing. And I'm telling you, this is actually trumping Facebook right now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. Well, okay,
Mhm.
so when you're talking about incoming calls, and they're calling about real estate, not about Christmas lights, right?
Exactly. Yes. The Christmas lights are attracting them. But then at the end, she says, my name is Barbara Frisbee. I'm a realtor, and here's my phone number. And then they're calling her because she obviously appears to be the authority in her marketplace. So,
Is that what
and
they're
that's
doing?
all
Is
it's
they're
ever
looking
about,
for,
is being the authority in your marketplace, no matter how you do it, right? So,
especially with real estate agents, being the authority or the best real estate agent in that neighborhood is what matters, because you could find the greatest real estate agent in the world, but if they don't know your neighborhood, they're no good to you.
exactly. So that's what I've kind of trained them to do, is just talk about your neighborhood, talk about what's going on, talk about your community, what's happening. And obviously we could use Christmas. That was a really good way to use Christmas to,
Mhm.
all the lights and all the stuff that's going on. But, and they did that, and they're having amazing success. And then Antonio, he's been doing this for 8 or 9 months. He said he gets about 3 listings a month just off of people calling in from Google. So he caught on early in the process, about 9 months ago. So
Wow. Okay,
So you,
so
you had somebody that just did it 30 days ago and is already expanding it.
yeah, Fred. So
Yeah.
he's doing great with it as well. He's like, I never even knew this existed. And so we showed him how to do it, and he's like, this is amazing. And he not only has a lending and real estate business, but he also has what do you call those exotic cars? Like he, a slingshot, and and so he did
Lamborghini.
it for that business too, and he is doing amazing with it. So
Wow.
because he found other ways to grab people's attention, not just by saying, "Oh, I'm the best realtor, I'm the best lender, I listed this, I sold this, ba 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 ba." No, he's finding another way to do it. So
Wow. Or I
yeah,
have the lowest rates, for God's sake, don't leave with that, right?
I
Uh,
know,
No.
right? Yeah.
yeah, you don't want that to be your tagline in
Well,
2024.
first of all, you can't legally say that.
People
You get
say
Right.
the
that kind of
DMV
thing
up your.
all the time, or something
Oh, I
close.
know. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
So,
My experience when I first got in the business, my broker had that as the lowest rates available, or something like that in the flyer. And I was only there like a few weeks, but also, I'm like, that's it. That ad works, right? Well, sure enough, it also works for catching attention of the bureaucrats, and it was shut
Yeah,
down.
well, Kevin,
wow.
if you think about it, like we all can say we're the best at this, we're the best at that, we're,
You can
the
say the
best
best.
seller, we're the best.
Legally,
Yeah.
you can say the best because that's not, but saying the lowest is actually a violation of the law.
But what if you just say, look at the lights in my Christmas tree lane
Yeah.
or whatever,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
well, I'm here and I've been here for this many years and I'm still here right now. And, I mean, I think that's what's working, is just using something else
yeah.
to
What's
draw
good?
people in.
What's common in your neighborhood? Talk about that. Whether
Mhm.
it's like, if I was just looking at some people down in Palm Springs, and how they were talking about doing Indian land loans, and
Mhm.
or loans to tribal members, and that's such a unique specialty that
Yep.
that is perfect. That's exactly what they're looking for in that neighborhood, and that's what you want to do. If I'm in San Francisco, my market is so different than a conforming market. So I wouldn't be talking about, hey, we've got great 30-year fixed conforming. I'm going to talk about solving mortgage problems and how to buy before you sell, or, something.
Well, and they feel less threatened if you're just showing them the neighborhood. Let me just show you my neighborhood. Let me show you
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
happening
that's
here. Let
interesting.
me show you. Yeah. They just feel less threatened, right? And
Yeah.
Right.
just less being sold upon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people don't want to be sold. They
Mm-mm.
want to connect with you. They want to
Exactly.
they want to know that you are real. They don't want to be sold something. They don't, it's a turnoff. It's a huge turnoff.
It
I mean, if
is.
someone's trying to ram something down your throat, isn't your inclination just to run? It is
Yep.
mine.
Yep.
And I
Should we-
love your idea about sharing this with other professionals, that is your outbound call, that you call like your CPAs, or, if you're a lender, call your realtors and say, hey, I can help you get a lot more business in 2024. Here's how, let me walk you through this. So it's great little tip for, helping other professionals that are feeding your business, help them get business, and, you'll all benefit.
And guess who's been doing that?
Oh,
Kevin has been doing that. Kevin has been making outbound calls, telling people, hey, I can help you. And so that's the idea here, guys, is here's an idea for you to use at the beginning of the year, where why call a realtor? And you know what? You could talk to your clients about this too. Hey, you have a business, you have a plumber. You're my client who's a plumber. You have this business. Have you claimed your business, your Google profile? What if you talk to your borrowers about that? I know you have a 3% rate, but have you claimed your business profile? And by the way, maybe you could buy a rental property sometime, because we have these magic loans called DSCRs where we go off of cash flow. And it doesn't matter that as a plumber, you wrote off every dime you ever made in your entire life. So you know what I mean? Like, these conversations can morph into something else over time. I'm not saying you call them and hit them with all of it at the same time, but you see where I'm going with this, right? These are
Yeah.
ideas for what you could put on your business plan, which I'm sure that if you don't have it done already, although I'm sure you do, right, Kevin? We all have our business plans
Oh, it's
done.
all buttoned up. The next year is gonna be phenomenal. Hey,
Actually,
because the other thing you can do with this is actually just share this video when the YouTube comes out.
or
Great.
you can make
true.
clips of it. You could even break this video into in little pieces and share it, right? Or you could say, hey, I'm gonna call Gina and I'm gonna pay her $97. She's gonna walk me through this, and then we can both be an authority or whatever, right? So again, like, I think it's interesting. Think the juxtaposition between me and Kevin is interesting because I have no desire to do this on my own, and he is just fine. And that's how people are. I just want someone to walk me through it so I understand it. I don't want to sit around trying to figure it out. I just want to know how to do it. And he's like, I got this, I'll make it happen. And he does
Yeah.
until he pushes the wrong button. And then,
And I'll tell you, one of my realtors, he actually went to like the restaurants he goes to on a regular basis and so on
There
and
you
so
go.
forth. And he
Yep.
showed them how to do it.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, this has been out for years and they didn't even know that. Okay. So, and remember, this is just all about search results. So mostly on your mobile phone. And it's, if you're part of the map pack, which is the 3 that show up when gets searched right next to the map. And those are the ones that get the business, and he went out and he showed them how to do it. They love him. They love
Yes.
him. And they send him referrals. And that's a
Yes.
restaurant. That's not even
Yeah.
like a CPA or a attorney. That is a
There you
restaurant.
go. Exactly.
They love him
Perfect.
because they increased his business,
Yeah,
he
there you
increased
go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Dirk who's chiming in here over and over
Okay.
again. He just wants to be heard. Okay,
Okay.
so first of all, he was saying that to turn Kevin's question or question Kevin's deal with the rates into a question and avoid liability, you say, can you beat these rates? And then he chimed in with, want to pay less taxes, interested in real estate investing, going through a divorce, got credit card debt or student loan debt, right?
Mhm.
So there
All
are a
those are
million
awesome.
questions we can be asking and should be asking. Those are the conversations we have with borrowers when they have a 2.5% rate and they never want to refinance their house again for whatever, there you go. So okay, so let's go back to this 10 minutes a day thing, because this is going to hang up a lot of lenders and realtors. And I feel like I heard someone recently say that lenders are way worse than realtors when it comes to getting down to it and getting this kind of thing done. Is that true, Gina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, everybody's focused on their own job, right? What you're supposed to be doing every day. And then so it's hard to do this extra stuff. And that's why I've been on calls with the realtors, because I'm like, no, you're not going to blow me off. You're not going to not take my call. We're going to be on this call and we're going to do this. And, in the end, it's always turned out amazing. It's just, I got to keep on them to say, oh, can I push it to next week? Okay, well, I'm not going to let you push it past next week, but okay. Because, it's not the first thing on our minds, right? We're thinking about the immediate money, the whatever, helping your own clients and so on and so forth. I get that. But if you push this off, it's not going to be good in the end.
I think that's the reason, that's part of the disconnect between LOs and then the rest of the industry is they don't get that, okay, we're supposed to market, we're supposed to create relationships, we're supposed to be amazing at, every program that's involved with marketing. But you also now are asking me to process the loans and be the LOA and make sure, you know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to handle every aspect and be an expert in so many different areas. And, some of us don't want to be marketers. That's not what we want. So it makes it difficult. So I think that, the more that we can get comfortable, okay, so however you do it, whether you do it Kevin's way or my way, you just do it because it is important, because these days, again, most people, like not even certain age groups, but most people across the board Google somebody before they get in contact with them. So you have to have a presence. So you go into Google, you claim your profile, you create the profile, right? You claim your business and then you create the profile and then you go from there, right?
And I would say aside from any other platform, this is the one that you should focus on first and foremost, is this one.
Okay.
Google.
Yeah.
It's the largest search engine, for God's sake,
And even
this
those
is the
people
one
that
that you
work
should
for
focus on.
large firms, like, Audrey and I, we work for a relatively large firm. So when I went in, it was already claimed that, company name was already there. But it was easy for me to just tag on to that and then just put that I worked there. And then it was easy. It was quite easy. They made the work. They did the hard part. I just had to say, I'm there also. And here are my specialties. And
Okay, so
then
Kevin, thank you, because that answers one of the questions that's in the chat right now. My company is the owner of my page. What can I do, or what should I ask them to do for me? So you're saying that when you go in there, and like for me, I'm licensed at 2 locations. I'm licensed in Walnut Creek and San Francisco. All right. So there, if there's 40 people in San Francisco, and you know, like again, to Kevin's point. So you just go in, and then it was simple, Kevin.
Yep,
Yes,
it was relatively simple, you know, other than the fact that I end up being on the hook for $500 I wasn't expecting because I didn't follow Gina's instructions.
that's right.
And and the
Kevin,
photo,
dang it, listen to me.
and
Exactly.
yeah, so it's definitely worth paying Gina the $97 versus paying Google $500.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that $500 is ongoing, not one
But you
time.
know what? Down the road, you might want to do that because
Oh yeah,
honestly,
well,
yeah,
if it's making you
if you
money and you're
become part of
making,
Google search ads or even Google guarantee, and that's like the advanced mode, maybe we can talk about that on a different call, but you do that and wow, that just like 10x's everything you're already doing.
right,
So
but
it's
you
really
want your
great.
system up and you want to know that
Mhm.
you're in the habit of putting your photos before you
Mhm.
Yeah.
start paying out the money.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
for
talked to
sure.
a few realtors last week, kind of letting them know about this, and one of the comments I got was, "Oh my God, I spent so much money on search engine optimization, and it doesn't work." And
Mm-mm.
this doesn't require any money up front, and it works. So that's what
It
everyone.
works.
And then once
Okay.
you're using it, and you just develop the habit of, you know, something as simple as, what's the problem I solved yesterday? Okay, post that up as, you know, on the thing, and here's how I solved the problem. And
So
that's what we do all day as loan officers.
I had read the same thing. Somebody wrote that search engine optimization, SEO, doesn't work. And to Gina's point, she had said it works. You just have to know how to work it. And so
Exactly. That's the big key thing. People
exactly.
don't know how to work it. So there's national SEO and there's local SEO. And I would have to say right now, focus on your local. And it's just really all about you drilling down, not even to just your city or your township, but how about your community? So, you know, when I was in Ventura County, I mean, we had Dos Santos and we had, you know, Westlake and we had, you know, those are communities. Drill down in your community and post stuff about your community. Post you in your community. Post you walking into a house. Hey guys, you know, this isn't my listing, but I'm walking in here. Well, so I'm talking real estate. Let's see, lenders. I don't, you
Doing an
know,
open house with a
yeah. Yeah, so I'm walking into this open house. So yeah, as a lender, I'm walking into this open house. I'm taking a look at this. Guys, check this out with me. Check it out with me. And so I told one realtor to do that. And guess what? She is having amazing success in just 2 months because she just took her phone with her and did a little selfie as she's walking in. Nothing fancy, no fancy video, nothing, just her saying, guess what, guys? Come on, I'm going to check this out. I'm your secret agent. She had told someone she was a secret agent. I said, oh, you should so use that. So now she's like, I'm your secret agent. I'm going in here. We're checking this out. Check it out with me. And she is in 2 months off the charts. So
Wow.
you just got to find your thing. But you got to make sure people are seeing your thing or getting it on, you know, getting it on Google. And Google's making it really easy right now for you guys to get on there and do it. You just got to do it.
Exactly. It's the doing, and that's where like this free ramp up is really good because you have to create the habits. We keep talking about habits, right?
Mhm.
And you have to force yourself to do something even when you don't want to until it becomes a habit. So it's just something that we have to embrace and do and force ourselves to do. So we have another comment that says my company is the owner of my personal page with my name. What do they do in that case, G?
Yeah, see, so that's the biggest problem I have when I'm working with different clients is that, you know, a lot of these companies, they own you, they take ownership. And then I'm like, so here's what I always tell the realtors and the lenders I work with is brand yourself, brand yourself. You know, right now I manage like 50 pages and on the ones I manage them as themselves. And then if they want to link back to the company they're with, whichever company that is at the moment, they do. But brand yourself
Okay.
because you are it, right? You are the one. You're the one. I mean, look at you, Audrey and Kevin. You guys are selling. You guys are out there meeting people. You guys are doing involved with all this stuff. It's about you guys, you know, brand
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, no
So
one
And
yeah,
ever came to me because I was with a particular company. They came,
exactly.
and that's the same for every LO. They don't come to us because I mean, the companies like to think that they are the reason, but they're not. It might be the
Mhm.
tools they provide, it might be the support they provide, but those relationships are with us, right, Kevin?
Absolutely, yeah. No one ever goes to a loan officer because, oh, I'm with ABC.
Yeah, so
I
I
mean,
would
well, if
say,
it's a bank. The
okay,
bank's
well,
different.
maybe a bank, but you
Yeah.
guys, I mean, that's not the case. So I would say brand yourselves and link back to your company from yourselves. So whatever you're gonna do it for you, and then just link back to the company that you're
Yeah.
with,
So
right?
is
So,
there a way to unwind this situation where this company owns his personal page? Can he create a different personal page
Create a different email address,
or
maybe.
what does he have? I mean, is there some
yeah,
way?
he would have to, yeah, you're right, Kevin. He would have to create another URL.
Ah,
And then he would have to just link it to, another page. And you can use like googlesites.com. Google Sites, you can just build a website in minutes on Google Sites, and it's free. And then just, yeah, he just has to,
I'm like, oh, just go build a website. That sounds easy.
Or access your contact your company, marketing company, and say, I want access to my thing, so
Mhm.
I can post up photos into my site within Google
That's right.
profile. I
I
know
don't
that's
know that most companies will allow that. They have their own jurisdiction,
Okay, well, are
online.
they spending 10 minutes a day on each individual profile and
no,
updating them like they need to for Google to recognize them? You know what I mean? So if the company is not putting the time and effort into the page, then that would
Mhm.
be my argument as an LO as to give it back to me or else.
Yeah, so I don't even know if a lot of the companies know how important and prominent Google is right now. I mean, we would think that, because what do we all do? When my dad asks me something, I'm like, Dad, Google it. Just Google it. I mean, we should know that it's the most prominent, but they recently ramped this whole program up. So I don't know that a lot of companies know to use that. But I would tell you, as an individual, definitely use it. I'm watching great success with LOs and with realtors,
yeah,
and
just
they're
be
loving
smart
it.
about it. Don't, comment here about the companies are worried about the compliance issues. Yeah, be smart about your compliance issues. Don't, as a loan officer, don't be putting any numbers in there. Don't be putting, we have the lowest rates. You've gone through 8-hour courses. You should know what not to put on advertising, because it is advertising. But
Yep.
at the
It
same
is.
time,
Mhm.
you can put up photos. You can put up, hey, I can do this type of loan, period. That's,
And that's mostly what I'm instructing most of the realtors that I'm working with. I'm telling them, you know what, they want to know about you. They want to know, love, trust you. They just want to
uh-huh,
know, like, trust you. And the
Right.
only way you're building that trust is on, a website, or on, Google or whatever. And they only can know, love, and trust you by what you post.
yep,
So here's the thing, that the biggest mistake I see, and I have this call on my coach, when I do my coaching calls with the realtors, is they're posting, oh, I sold this. Oh, I just listed this. Oh, I sold this. Okay, great. But what about you? What about your life? Who are you? Who are you in the community? What do you do in the community? And so now they started doing that, and oh my God, it has changed everything. So
Right.
when you guys build your Google profile, keep in mind that all those pictures, they don't all have to be business. They can be, here's me with my kids,
yeah,
here's my fabulous son, he goes to this college. Here's my son, he or daughter, they do this sport, or, they want to see you as a real human being. And that is
Right.
the most important thing that is changing the way things are going right now.
And if you have to the point that, companies are worried about compliance, and rightly so,
mhm,
tell your client, your company, I want to work with you. I want to be compliant. I don't want my site to not
right.
be compliant, for God's sake. So please review
Absolutely,
it.
yeah,
I'll,
absolutely.
like, ask how you can work with them to make it work for both of you. If they're not willing to budge at all and let you have access to it, then you've got a problem perhaps that you should explore, but on a whole different level. But for most companies, again, they do just want to keep you compliant, and they may not know any better. So if you work with them, hopefully they are amenable to listening to you
Yeah.
and working with you. We have a comment here, Gina. I love your
Mhm.
show, guys. I learn a lot. I'm a beginner as a loan officer. I mean, thank you, Eric, because we're so happy that you are are engaged in the industry and learning, and it's hard, especially if you're working by yourself or from home or remotely or whatever, and you don't have that same camaraderie that the rest of us were raised with, which made us into these loan officers who, can see something from 15 different angles because we had all this input and all these different ideas from people. And so
Mhm.
that's what is missing for a lot of people these days. And so, Gina, see how great you are? We really appreciate you.
Thank
So,
you. Well,
yeah.
I want to throw out a couple tools. I know I mentioned Canva. I know most people already know about Canva, and you can use it
Someone
for
asked how to
creating.
spell
Okay,
Canva, by the way.
I'm just gonna tell you, a lot of people don't know crap about Canva. I was one of them
Oh,
prior to 2 years ago. I took a dive into it. I wanted to kill myself, but I was luckily rescued from that by Gina Pasquini. And so it is easy for some people. It is not for some people. If it is not for you, don't feel bad. It wasn't easy for me either. But I did get to a certain point with it, and I was able to do certain things. So I just want to
Well,
be
some of
clear.
us just learned how to use Zoom just recently.
What?
Some of us just
blah.
learned how
I
to
want to
use
stick my
Zoom
tongue
just
out at
recently.
you.
Oh my gosh.
So okay, I might not be proficient on Zoom, but I do get Canva. And what I wanted to say to you guys is there's like CapCut, to, you do those little 30-second shorts, for to put on YouTube and stuff like that. Okay, that's probably another whole call. But anyway, I just wanted to say on this one, because I helped a couple realtors through this to put videos on their Google profile. Because remember, it's not just photos, it's also, you can also put videos and short videos, like 30 seconds or less. And we did a bunch of those, and I helped them through, and they used Canva to do it. And they call me at like 3 a.m. Hey, I'm trying to work this through. Can you help me? And so, but they got it done. The key is they got it done and they did
Yeah.
it. And they've been getting tremendous results because of it. So I just want to say, don't give up and make sure you do it. And there are tools, especially with AI right now, that makes it a lot easier than it ever was, So just don't give up, just do it. Because I'll tell you, this platform, this Google platform, this Google My Business or Google profile is better than anything ever right now out there. So I'm not saying don't stop everything else. I mean, if you want to do Facebook and you want to do X or Twitter, whatever it's called now, fine. But this is first and foremost. Do
That's right.
this and you will see a difference. You will see a difference. You will
You're
get
right, because we're
results. You
not
will
going
get.
to LinkedIn to find something. We're going to Google.
Yeah,
All of it.
because here's the thing about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more business to business. So
Mhm.
it's us business people talking to other business people, right?
Right.
This is going out to your consumers. This is business to people that live in your community that might be looking for a house, or people that might be moving into the area looking for a house. This is people searching. This is a search engine. So they are searching for, okay, I'm just moving into Newport Beach. I don't know what realtor to call. Who should I call? And I'm asking my phone, and my
Mhm.
phone's going to tell me. And if you show up next to the map, the first three, that's who I'm going to call, one of those three.
Right.
So the
So do
key
you
is to get you next to the map.
so we had talked, you and I had talked about, I don't think we took a dive into it yet here. So if you are working remotely and you don't have an office space specifically, I mean, your license has to hang somewhere, right? So
Mhm.
how are people handling that? And how do you claim your business profile if you're working out of your house and your corporate office is in a completely different place?
Well, I think that's going to be really first and foremost up to your corporation, right? And whatever the rules and regs are. I think Kevin brought that up a little bit earlier. So it's going to be about what the rules and regs are for that corporation.
Mhm.
What kind of advertising can you do on your own without them, right? Or with them not being involved.
Right.
Secondly, is what I said earlier too, is brand yourself. You just gotta always brand yourself,
But when you're
It-
going to Google and you're looking for the address, you don't use your home address, right? You
No.
use
Uh,
something else, don't
uh,
you? What?
yeah, you get to pick. Well, so like with mine, when I did mine, I can answer that question. So,
Mhm.
my office is based in San Francisco. So I picked that as a thing, but then it says what territory. I picked a wide territory. Um, And unfortunately, because it's a circle, when you're on the coast, you only get half the territory because the other half's in the ocean. But,
Oh, okay.
but that was how
So when you do like the radius, like the circle around.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's just how I did it. But in my description of me and where it asks, where you do business, I made sure, because I'm also licensed in Oregon, and I just put down Lake Oswego and San Francisco and San Mateo, and that was Marin is kind of what I picked, because honestly, I don't want all of Oregon. I only want around Lake Oswego because
Yeah, I went to college in Lake Oswego. I know why you're picking there.
it's my lone specialty. That's why.
Uh-huh. It's also the price points, but whatever.
No, that's my
And
specialty.
so again, guys, it is, you can post pictures, you can post content, you can put your, what worked for you today. You can, Gina had mentioned putting writing over the top of photos. It does something magical. We don't need to understand it exactly, but there are so many things you can do. So just don't be put off by, oh, you have to do 10 minutes a day. I read somewhere that someone, they put all their content together once a month and then they're ready to go with it every day.
Mhm.
So you can fashion this however it works for you, just to remember, just so that you remember to do it. Like, again, habits, right, Gina?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And like Audrey said, put like a little caption over your videos and stuff. Google loves that, and their little spiders will pick up all that.
Oh,
And that
really?
will keep you at the top of Google always.
That's brilliant.
So we have a comment here. Someone's asking if they got a love letter from a lender on Christmas Eve divorcing them, and I didn't, but I am not signed up with them.
We're not with them.
Yeah, so I can't, I did see a posting. I'm not going to say names because I'm just like, they're so litigious, but I did see a posting saying that there was a possible lawsuit coming for someone who had created some website to discuss the pros and cons of different lenders. And I'm like, good grief. Um, okay, so if people have more questions about this particularly, we'll come back to it at the end. I just want to get through. There's a bunch of economic stuff I want to talk about really quick, if you don't mind. Is that okay, G? Just to
Is
take a
quite all
moment.
right with me.
Oh, great. Okay. So just to recap, we ended the last 7 weeks of 2023 with rates decreasing. For the 7 weeks, they averaged 6.61% for a 30-year fix. Interesting to note, I locked investment and cash out loans lower than that, which is fan freaking tastic. So yay. Okay, existing home sales were up 8%, 0.8%, not 8%, 0.8% from October in November, breaking a 5-month streak of declines, according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors. I thought this was really interesting. 47% of employers check credit when they're hiring. Did you know that? I did not know
Yeah.
that number was so freaking
I would
high.
imagine.
Do you realize
Yeah.
what the impact that has? So for somebody, and I know people like this, they're like, my credit, whatever. I don't want to have credit. I don't think it's good. I shouldn't have any blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what, kids? We know that it impacts your insurance. We know it impacts your ability to get a home loan and all sorts of things, but now it's impacting your employment. So maybe spread the word. And that's a good thing for you to talk to your borrowers about, the importance of making sure that their credit is in good shape, and also their kids and, right?
Yeah,
Just
it's why military personnel make great employees, because when they're in the military, if they have a 30-day late, they do not get an advancement in grade.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just in the event that you saw the market was off a little bit this morning, we're wondering why. Apparently there's some more activity in the Red Sea. The US sunk some ships that were attacking the oil tankers. So then Iran decided that they would send a warship into the area, and things got a little tense. Oil prices are up 2%. And so what does that do? It creates uncertainty in the market, and everyone starts worrying, oh my God, now we're gonna have more inflation, blah, 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 and then there's gonna be an issue. So that's what we're seeing right now. That's why the market has moved a little bit. Hopefully we're hanging in there. Last time I looked, the 10-year is at 3.95. It was up a little, but not terrible. So just keep an eye on it. So year over year sales were down 7.3% from November 2022 to November 2023. But it's not as bad as you would think, right? I mean, that was year over year through November. 4.12 million was the November 22 number as far as how many units were closed. If you were reading the headlines, you would have thought that the housing market had fallen off a cliff. Or no,
I was at a Christmas party, and we've lost Audrey here. And it was interesting because I was talking to a couple of guys that have a lot of investment property and rental properties, and they're all getting out. And I'm like, well, tell me about it. I might want to, get in, because this is a great time to be acquiring rental properties. Rates are low. What do you do? It's like, why would you be ditching it? I understand why they were ditching. They had properties in Alameda County, which is the worst place in the world to buy real estate. And that's why I wasn't interested in once I found that out. Because the tenants control everything. They don't have to make a payment, and the landlord's screwed. So, and that's still today, even with COVID. Hey, I know we're coming near the end, and hopefully Audrey comes back. We lost her completely now. But want to give people heads up that if you should check your NMLS standings as of today, January 2nd, and make sure, even though you paid your dues, everything else, that the states have to do their part to renew your license. And it's a timely process. It takes about 2 weeks. Anyone who renewed their licenses after December 15th, especially in some of the big states like California, you may not have your license renewed yet, and you may not be technically allowed to practice in the business. So watch for that. Go on to NMLS website, see what your status is. Technically, I know California is the worst. Officially in California, if you have not had your license renewed on time, you are not allowed to practice. So go take a vacation and tell your clients you're just on vacation. That's how you deal with it. You should be good to go next week. Assuming that the state of California actually works over the holidays. Who knows? Sometimes they're good at taking holidays. Hey, Gina, I don't know if Audrey's going to be getting back, but how do people reach you if they want to get a hold of you?
So they could either call me at 920-535-0738 or text me. Or
No, actually, repeat that number again, just because sometimes
920-535-0738.
very good.
Or they can email me at gina@yoursocialrx.com.
Awesome. And then this will be posted on YouTube, most likely. And I highly recommend people pass it out. So hopefully this will keep giving for a long time. Gina is.
Yeah, so for right now, I'm doing the little special of $97 to help people get on Google My Business. $97. It's 2 30-minute calls. And I just want to see you guys get on there and succeed, because it's so easy right now. And you don't really have to, spend a lot of money. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to spend any money to get set up. So, yeah.
And don't make the mistake I did where, okay, I got the little manual, got the website,
Yeah.
went to the website.
Yeah.
Made the mistakes. It's just like for $97, you're done.
Yep.
So,
and I just walk them through it. I do 30-minute call, and then I give them a bunch of homework. And then whenever they're ready to come back on, as long as it's not more than a week, I
can give you a heads up. Have some photos lined up, like create a file.
Yeah.
This is what I did once I started. I created a file on my desktop, and then I just started loading photos I'd want to put on there. But I love the idea of the Canva, CANVA. Someone asked that, by the way. Go to Canva and put descriptions on there. So it's like, I was thinking about doing like before and after photos on construction sites that I had helped clients where they bought the before and here's the after. Just things like that. Welcome back, Audrey. We missed you.
Oh my God. It's almost like the internet just doesn't want me to do the last 4 minutes of the show every freaking week lately. All right. Well, it looks like you guys carried on. Yay. Good job.
We did. We somehow managed. I don't know. It's kind of typical. And there she goes again. Audrey, if you take your
Wanna get-
video off, maybe that'll help. We've lost her again.
So Kevin, I just want to throw out there too, if anybody just wants a white paper on exactly what they should do if they want to do it themselves, just email me and I'd be more than happy to send them kind of the white paper I sent you with a, you know, so they can just do it step by step on their own. So just email me and I'll send them out the white paper. That way they know what pictures they're supposed to put up and, you know, inside pictures, outdoor pictures, blah, 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 blah. So.
So
Nice.
we'll put your contact information in the middle of the YouTube posting so that people
Yeah.
can find you. If anyone wants to contact Gina, Gina, why don't you just quickly tell them how to reach you?
I did. Well, you were gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
what are you
great.
talking
Okay, good.
about?
Okay, good.
920-535-0738. Gina at yoursocialrx.com.
8675309.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have a busy week, guys. Economic news. We have the JOLTS job opening report tomorrow. Plus, the Fed minutes are being released tomorrow afternoon from the December 13th meeting when Jerome Powell waxed so poetic about how everything was fine and dandy. Then all of his little Fed members came out after him and said, whoa, 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 not so fast. So it's going to be interesting to see what those Fed minutes say. And those are market movers. On Thursday, we have ADP coming up in initial jobs claims. And then on Friday, we have my favorite, the BS jobs report, which is the BLS jobs report, which is expected to show 160,000 job creations. But the unemployment number is supposed to go from 3.7 to 3.8. So we'll see what happens, but never a dull moment in the mortgage industry, is it?
Never.
Never.
All right, Gina, is there anything else that we should know before we say goodbye?
Just tell them, or just I just want to tell everyone, look up your keywords, make sure you got the right keywords for your area. And remember to niche down your community, your area, and the
Bitches
right
in the niche.
keywords. And you can
Yeah.
just go to Google's keyword planner and it'll tell you everything you need to know for free.
Beautiful.
Or if you're more like me, just call Gina.
There's that.
There is that. So with all that, Happy New Year to everybody. We really appreciate you being here so much. We love all the comments and all the interaction, and we look forward to seeing you next week.